In this video, we're going to show you how to install the outer tie rod end on your Nissan Versa, located on the left front side of your vehicle. The process for this is the same as the right front side. Using a pry tool, you want to go ahead and remove our hubcap here. Go between the wheel and the cap and gently pry out. Work your way around. Pop that off and set it aside. Using a 21mm socket, we're going to loosen and remove the lug nuts. Once you have the lug nuts removed, remove the wheel and set it aside. Now with the wheel turned all the way to the right hand side, giving us better access to the back side here, we're going to use a 14mm socket. Go ahead and loosen this nut here on the outer tie rod end nut. If you follow the outer tie rod in, there's going to be a nut here. This is called a jam nut. I'm going to use a pair of pliers on this here. We want to go ahead and loosen this. Right here on the knuckle, I want to go ahead and strike this with a hammer. We're going to go ahead and pop the outer tie rod end out. Now I want to go ahead and spin this off. You can see that this is spinning on the threads to the inner tie rod. So what we're going to do is we're going to count the amount of full rotations it takes for this to come off completely from the inner tie rod. Then we're just going to take a marker or a crayon, mark it on the inside of the wheel well liner so we remember that. There's 20 turns. Just take my crayon and I'm going to put 20 up inside there. Install the jam nut. Thread the outer tie rod on, the same amount of rotations it took to remove it, which was 20. I'm just going to run that jam nut down. I'm not going to tighten it, just kind of snug it into place. And just bumping the tie rod end into position. Now I'm going to turn the other wheel a little bit to go ahead and help that line up so I can pop that into the knuckle. Install the castle nut on the top. Using our 16mm socket and extension and ratchet, we want to go ahead and snug that down. Let's go ahead and torque that into position. I'm going to torque down the outer tie rod end nut to 25 foot-pounds. Once that's torqued, and then take your new cotter pin. We're going to feed this through and bend the tab over to lock it into place. So I'm going to push that in. Use your pliers, your cutters, whatever you have there. Now I bend over just one of those tabs. Tap it down, use the cutters to cut off the excess. That is now secured. Using an 18mm wrench, we're going to go ahead and tighten down our jam nut here. And what this is going to do is it's going to lock these two components together, and it'll keep that alignment spec set. I'll make sure that's nice and tight. Now what I like to do is I like to make sure that our outer tie rod is level. You can see that it's tight up on one side and gapped at the front. So simple, just grab a pair of pliers. You can grab this here and just rotate it so it's more level. We're good there. We're going to straighten this out and we'll get our wheel installed. Now that we've completed this job and you get your wheel on, you want to go ahead and bring this vehicle down and get an alignment performed. That's going to help prevent abnormal tire wear down the road. Let's go ahead and install your wheel. Install the lug nuts. We're going to get all 4 of them started by hand. Spin those on a few threads. By doing this here and not just zipping them on with the impact gun will prevent cross-threading of the threads. With all 4 of them started, let's go ahead and snug them down. Let's torque down our lug nuts to 83 foot-pounds. Now, if you're installing your center cap or hub cap here, you want to go ahead and go around the perimeter and locate the notch for the valve stem. Locate the valve stem on the wheel. Line that up first. Once that's lined up, go ahead and gently work your way around the perimeter, locking this on. Once that's all set, you are done.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.